Hey there, it's Douglas Beck with the Growth Collective. In today's video, I'm tackling a critical question. How can you balance faith, family, and business without compromising your values or your goals? I'll share personal insights and practical strategies to help you prioritize what matters most while still building a thriving business. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit subscribe so you can stay connected for more meaningful conversations like this. Let's jump in. How do I bless others but still make sure that I can take care of my kids? Because the blessing, it's for me, it's God, family, and then everything else. So it's like, if my family is right after God, if my wife and then my kids fall after that, and obviously I'm there because I got to take care of myself, I got to make sure that unit's taken care of. And then everybody else, even though they're people I'm blessing, they got to be after those groups of people like God and then my family. So basically what happens is in business, sometimes we design situations or programs or offers or things that we do as a business purpose, if you would, that serve many others, but they don't serve the people that matter the most. They don't serve my God. They don't serve my wife or my husband. In your case, if it's a significant other, it's female, or they don't serve your children or your loved ones or your friends. They violate your values, things like that. So one thing I'm looking at very hard this year, and you'll be seeing some shifts and changes in my focus, is what is it that I'm doing, me personally? What are you doing? I encourage you to think about this too. It's not serving the people that matter the most. Even if it's serving somebody else, is it serving the people that matter the most? And you could serve a lot of people, but if it doesn't serve the people that matter the most, I can tell you that it's likely not going to live forever. It's not going to continue. It's not going to grow. It's going to be, short-lived, and it's not going to be sustainable in most cases. So if I can refocus, like I'm talking to this other gentleman about, like, how can we refocus by serving others and blessing others, but still making sure that the house, if you would, the most important thing, the foundation, is taken care of, my family and my spiritual side of my life, at the same time that I'm serving others. Let me give a little more specific. If you're offering something of value for free all the time, and you've not offered for someone to pay you money to give that value, and you could, man, that's an easy one, because you're still blessing somebody. You're just blessing less people with the thing that costs some money or maybe an investment for somebody. You can still do free stuff, but the question is, how frequently are you doing the free stuff compared to the paid stuff? And then maybe you have some paid stuff that you do, whatever that stuff is that you do. This could be a job, by the way. You could be getting paid by an employer and getting paid to do stuff, basically. But the question is, are you showing up for 40, 50, 60 hours a week and getting paid, not enough to do that because it's not fair to you? I'm not saying you have to be greedy, but I'm saying, is it the right amount relative to the value you're bringing? This individual shared something with me where he was on a sales role, for example, and the thing he was selling was almost 5 figures of a thing that he was selling at the company he was with, and it was like thousands of dollars. And every time he made a sale, he would get like a couple $100, but he was doing all of the work, like literally everything from finding the deal to putting the deal together to supporting the deal after. And he wasn't like, he was in US and he was a high performing salesperson in the US. And so I said, man, that's like really not fair. Like that's not right. Like I said, I would never with a big N, never do that to you or anybody else that's actually producing that kind of value to my company, my organization, my vision. You need to be fairly compensated, right, for the thing you're doing. So if you're helping me build my company and you're taking on a lot of that heavy weight and that burden, and you live and work in the US and you have a certain cost of living in the US, because we know we love our virtual assistant team members, but they're at a different level because they're in a different part of the world. They're not necessarily operating the same exact way. They're not directly tied to certain deals. It just depends on what they're doing. But in most cases, they're not taking on everything. They're taking on a portion. But this guy was taking on everything. Like he was the solo everything operator guy. And he was getting paid as if he was like, just an entry level person. I said, that's not cool. So he sufficed to tolerate that for a period of time. And I said, well, that's not, you obviously don't do that anymore. I said, we would never do that again. We never allow that to happen. I said, but there's your skill set, I said to him, and your capacity to create the benefit in the sales side. And also even he has some real estate background too. Like that's significantly valuable to people like me. I said, if there's a way that we can collaborate, that I can pay you fairly to do the thing you do and for us to grow something bigger together. Like that's literally the words I use. And that's what I want you guys to think about for you and your people. Like, how do I give my service, but then in return earn a fair compensation in exchange for that service, whatever I'm providing service for? That's where we need to be, right? And so where am I going with this? I said, it's not about how many, it's about the right people, right? And so I'm not going to disqualify somebody for themselves, but I'm also not going to change who I am to serve everybody. Just going to put that out there for you guys. Like God loves everybody. I love everybody that I can love. I mean, I can't love everybody like the way, it's not sounding the right way, but I want to love as many people as possible. It's really difficult to love certain people when they say certain things that are like really hurtful in life, like people that you see on the internet, people talk certain ways, but at the same time, like you want to love them. Like we're called to love everyone, love our neighbor, love one another. At the same time, I'm not going to change my profession of my faith, for example, or who I am as a person or as a man of God or a man of my family or anything like that, just because I want to win some business, for example. I'm not. And I just got to encourage you guys not to change. Don't waver. All right. I hope this conversation gave you you some clarity on how to prioritize faith, family, and business in a way that aligns with your values. Remember, success is about more than numbers. It's about serving the people that matter most. If this resonated with you, hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.